Hello, I'm FitGenocide, and as I said in the countdown of my favorite games 2017, I would end up doing another little video talking about why some games I played weren't, well, not even just games I played, just in general games that came out in 2017 weren't on the list. Some of them, it's something basic, it's just, it goes against one of the three rules I set for myself. One, it has to be something I played. So for games like Splatoon 2, I didn't actually play Splatoon 2. And I might like it, I might not. It's one of those ones where I'm not really in a rush to get around to try. Same thing goes for Fire Emblem Fates and ARMS. Obviously, I don't own them. I haven't really played them. I tried a demo of both of them, but I don't really count that as playing them. And then, but past that, some of them, well, and the ones that were originally released in 2017. Like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, well, technically Deluxe was released in 2017. Mario Kart 8 originally wasn't. It was on the Wii U before 2017, so I count that as a re-release. Obviously, Skyrim on the Switch and Doom on the Switch are re-releases, even though I really enjoy both of those. Pokken Tournament DX. What do I always call Pokken? Pokken Tournament DX. Same thing. Excuse me. So really, some of them are just covered under that. Beyond that, though, the ones I actually played that would have been eligible that weren't on there, first one would be Gravity Rush. Like, I'm just looking at the shelves I have left to right. First one being Gravity Rush 2, which potentially would have been on there instead of Nier Automata. But for most of the year, I've had a problem with the game where I can't get the gravity slide to work, which is originally mapped to holding the button L2. There's nothing wrong with my L2 button. It works for every other game, works for shooters, and even now they have a workaround, which I can't believe it took me this long to think of, which is simply using the accessibility options to switch the L2 and L1 functions on the controller. Would I have it set L1, or what is now the L2 button for Gravity Rush 2? Works fine every single time, and even the gravity slide works fine every single time now that it's set to L1. I don't know why it is that it wouldn't work, but I will admit that did kind of hamper my experience with the game for a good chunk of the year and left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth that made me not really want to return to the game. But now that I figured out that workaround, which, fun fact, I didn't figure out until I was doing the recording stuff to get the visuals for the 2017 countdown. Now that I have that workaround, I've been playing the game more and I do enjoy it a lot. Then next would be Sonic Mania. Actually, I have the PS4 up and running because I was watching Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, fucking new episode's awesome. So Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces. Both the games I like and enjoy. I'd say Mania more than Forces. Mostly because at times Forces can feel a little bit loose, especially while you're going at high speeds and you feel like you're shifting a little bit too much to one side or the other. Mania I really liked. It was definitely the love letter that the old Sonic games needed. But while I enjoyed both of them, it's just one of those things where there are games I enjoyed significantly more this year. I mean, come on, I got the Switch, I got Zelda, I got Mario, I got my NEPs, I got Horizon. Let's see what else is on here. I have all my 2017 games shoved into one folder. Damn it. Moved away from the folder. Okay. So, Prey. Prey I did not pick up until December. And I haven't played a whole ton of it, but I have enjoyed what I've been playing. It's just one of those things of, again, I haven't played much of it. In fact, I've played very little of it. But from what little I've played, I do legitimately enjoy it. But really, it wouldn't feel right putting a game on there when I play it all of, not even a full hour of it yet. It's just trying to play other things, and then when I get around to playing Prey, I don't have the most time to play it. Same thing goes with Evil Within 2. From what I've played of it, which I have played more of it than I have Prey, and I do enjoy what I've been playing, because I liked Evil Within 1. I like the concept, and Evil Within 2, you can definitely feel that it's an improvement over the first one. You have a bit more exploration now than you did in the first one, which is a very welcome addition. It just hits you straight away with the weirdness. Whereas Evil Within 1 started a little bit slower with the weirdness. It was there, it just wasn't as there immediately. I mean, it is definitely a good game and a very welcome improvement over the first one. It's just, again, one of those things that I haven't played enough of the game to really properly compare it to the games that I played, that I got so hooked on that I played continuously, such as Nier, Horizon, Zelda, Mario, and Moneps. Can't forget Moneps. See, then probably just looking up on the shelves. Really, the last one is Wolfenstein 2. Do I like Wolfenstein 2? Yes. Do I think it's a really good game? Yes. But, and hell, it's the fucking sequel to Wolfenstein The New Order, which was my favorite game of, what was it, 2014? Yeah, 2014. It was definitely a great game. But I would honestly say it's a slight step down from Wolfenstein The New Order, just largely because the dual wielding feels a little bit clunkier this time, and that really sort of makes it so there's a whole part of the game that I don't want to use, a whole function in the game that I probably only used very sparingly, no more than 4 or 5 times throughout the whole experience. Well, actually, he's not just pulled up the weapon. The difficulty spikes in the game at times pissed me off. Like, there's no denying that. There are points where the difficulty will randomly ramp the fuck up for no good reason, only to piss you off. One incident literally has you fighting effectively against waves of enemies with very limited armor, very limited health. You're in one tight area. You start with none of your weapons, only for you to find out at the end it's a dream sequence that has no bearing on the story. It is completely inconsequential and really shouldn't even be in the game. Especially because not long before that, you were in another difficulty spike where, again, I have almost no armor and almost no health, and I'm being charged at by robot enemies that do a shit ton of fucking damage. Why are these difficulty spikes in there? There weren't really any unfair spikes in Wolfenstein The New Order, and it helped make the whole game feel a little bit better before it. Adding difficulty spikes like this doesn't make the game more fun, it just makes it more frustrating. In games like Dark Souls, you expect difficulty. In games like Wolfenstein, you expect the difficulty you set it to, you don't expect the difficulty to ramp up at random. You expect it to go up because you're progressing through the game, getting new gear, upgrading yourself, but you don't expect it to go from 0 to 100 real quick. And at times, that's what it felt like it did. So it's because of that, it did leave a bit of a bad taste in my mouth for a game that I still really enjoyed. And when it came time to start thinking which games I liked most, that bad taste was still there. Like, honestly, the footage I put in the video was the first time I had played Wolfenstein 2 since I finished it. Largely because of that taste. It's like, I wasn't in a rush to go back to it. Plus, to find out that the explorable areas that you can go back to once you finish the main story, the most interesting of which would have been the southern town in Nevada, I believe. Roswell? I think that was Roswell. Complete waste of potential. It's all of a block and a half of an area. I was really hoping for that area to be a lot more fleshed out, just because, oh hey, we are able to actually see like average Americans in an average city under this regime. We could actually see something interesting, but they kind of dropped the ball on that one. I still like the game, but it kind of fell short of expectations and really frustrated me in the end. So obviously, compared to games that didn't piss me off, why would I put on the one that really did for no good reason? Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Either I didn't play the game, or they're just games that weren't as good as the ones that I did like more. I mean, let's be honest. I was always gonna end up liking Horizon more than Wolfenstein 2. Horizon just speaks to me, I guess you could say. Robot dinosaurs. I love sci-fi shit like that. Neptunia. I need my naps. It's like my crack cocaine. So of course that was more than likely gonna end up on the list. And obviously Zelda and Mario are phenomenal games, so they're gonna end up on it. So games that really didn't leave as much of a lasting impact on me. Well, lasting positive impact. Looking at you, difficulty spikes in Wolfenstein. Games that didn't leave as much of a positive impact really wouldn't be on the list in the end. And at this point, I'm just starting to ramble, so this is where I'm going to cut off. Everyone, have a good day.